All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with more One Punch Man. You'll have to excuse me if my voice sounds like a tad bit scratchy. I wouldn't say I'm feeling under the weather, but I, at the moment, am not at 100%. But it's not enough to keep me from reading through One Punch Man today. So let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Okay, so I forgot to do this one thing for my camera to make sure it doesn't zoom in and autofocus unnecessarily. Okay, I got all this stuff on so I can sweat it out too. I got like a jacket on, I got my jeans on. Don't have any socks on, but I'm going to change that after this stream is done. So that way I can just sweat this whole thing out. And that way I can get back to tip-top form again. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another reading of One Punch Man. Today, we are going to be going through volume 20 of the series. I have 3 more volumes to go through before I start going through the actual chapters of One Punch Man itself. And yeah, I can't wait to fully catch up. I've already caught up to Jujutsu, and that's going to be happening on Sundays now. So I can't wait to catch up to One Punch Man. Is that Saitama's hoodie? No, it's not. It's just a hoodie I had this is a hoodie I had for years. I didn't plan for this. I literally had this for years. Before One Punch Man was even a thing. That's how long I've had this hoodie. It's actually 2 sizes bigger than what I normally wear, but I've just had it for like over 10 years. I just don't wear it much. But it's good to see you, Ravi. Good to see you, Ogata-san. And good to see you, Psycho, and a beer. So, let's go ahead and get started with this chapter. Well, with this volume. Volume 20, let's go. And then, okay, so right here we got a synopsis. A single man arose to face the evil threatening humankind. His name was Saitama. He became a hero for fun. With one punch, he has resolved every crisis so far, but no one believes he could be so extraordinarily strong. Together with his pupil, Genos of Class S, Saitama has been active as a hero and risen from Class C to Class B. One day, a man named Garo shows up. He admires monsters, so he begins hero hunting. And around the same time, monsters calling themselves the Monster Association rise up and wreak havoc everywhere. The Monster Association takes the son of a Hero Association executive, as well as Garo's little friend Tario, hostage. Garo heads into the Monster Association alone, and the big battle between the two associations approaches. So, to give you like a bigger synopsis of what happened, Garo came back to rescue Tario, and pretty much just completely eviscerated King the Ripper. And then as he's leaving, he also ends up eviscerating, ends up messing up the group that was in the tunnels looking for him. But then we come across Pochi, who is one of the big leaders of the Monsters Association, and then a fight between both Garo and Pochi happens, and the 3 other monsters that were going after him get blown away and completely destroyed by Pochi's massive destructive power. And it ends up where Garo gets punched and launched and just, like bodied all the way down to the absolute level of the Monsters Association and comes face to face with Gyoro, who tells him how he basically turned Orochi into what Monster King Orochi actually is. It used to be a normal guy who was then persuaded to gain power, and then he pretty much turned into what Lord Orochi actually is right now. And then when Garo tries to rebel against Gyoro, even going as far as being able to withstand Gyoro's psychokinesis, which he, by his own admission, is stronger than Terrible Tornado and Blizzard's level of power. He just lets Orochi come up out of the ground, and then Garo and Orochi just start going up against each other. And in the process, Garo starts showing increased speed, like being able to outrun Orochi's blast and being able to outrun his sharp tentacles, and just a whole bunch of destruction ensues. Then we see that Monster King Orochi can transform, and he turns into this writhing amalgamation of Hydra heads that makes up his entire body. And he just starts going full Shin Godzilla over the entire amphitheater, because the whole area shifts into an amphitheater. And Garo manages to just tank a ton of what Orochi is actually doing. And then when it comes to Garo squaring off against Orochi, and he uses a fighting stance, Orochi copies him. And then proceeds to body Garo completely. And that's where we leave Garo. And with all the fighting that's going on, it causes an earthquake above ground, leaving Saitama to come to a manhole wondering, I wonder what that sound is. And that's where volume 19 ends. I can't wait to see how many chapters this thing has. So let's see. Number of chapters this volume has is mind-boggling. When I saw you say that, Ravi, I thought it was going to have an absurd amount of chapters. There is only 2 chapters that make up this whole volume, with a bonus manga at the end. Let me say that again. There is only 2 chapters in this whole volume. What? There's only 2 chapters. Also, if you guys want to see what I'm reading, either go to the official viz.com or Shonen Jump site, or go to the website of your choice. But as I always say, support the official release. So, also, not only that, but numerous Class S heroes band together to be the strike force that goes up against the Monsters Association. Flashy Flash, Zombie Man, Child Emperor, Super Alloy, Black Luster, Terrible Tornado, Atomic Samurai, Pig God, Putty Putty Prisoner, and... no, that's it. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Let me not keep you here any longer than I already have. Punch 95! Let's go. How much action is in that 2 chapters? I don't know, Beer. Dude Man, S-Class Hero Hype. Hey, I can't wait to read through this chapter. No scratchy throat or body aches is going to keep me from reading through this. Let's go! And this is Child Emperor as we look at a satellite above the Earth.
Using the thermographic capabilities of the artificial satellite Shoji Peeper, I scanned the Monsters Association's hideout and confirmed the presence of over 500 monsters, which means each hero must defeat at least 60 monsters. Usually that wouldn't be a problem, but the monster's leadership could present difficulties. Like Scented Choro, who appeared the other day. We know he's working with the Monsters Association, so we may assume more of them are threat level Demon, Dragon, or higher.
Do they realize that Scented Choro has been destroyed? Do they not know that Scented Choro has been killed? And then it cuts to Black Luster going, I was guarding headquarters, so I only fought one parasite. What do those of you who fought elsewhere think? Are they strong? And then it just shows Pig God just chowing down on some pizza. This dude is never not eating. Q has never been this late. Late? Wait, what you mean? Wait, how much will Season 3 cover? I don't know. I don't know, Abir. I don't know how far Season 3 is going to cover. I don't know if it's going to cover everything I've been through in the volumes. But Black Luster goes, I was guarding headquarters, so I only fought one parasite. What do those of you who fought elsewhere think? Are they strong? And then Putty Putty Prisoner goes, they were a mixed bunch. Most were cream puffs, but some were tough enough to threaten me. But now that I've learned to embrace the pain, I'll be fine. And then it cuts back to a flashback of when he hugged that one monster hedgehog to death, despite, getting punctured all over his body. Naked, mind you, so pain. And then Zombie Man goes, is it true they've taken out Drive Knight?
I don't know. He learned of their hideout in City Z before anyone else and went to investigate, but we haven't heard from him since.
And then Atomic Samurai goes, I never saw his real face, and now he's gone. And then Black Luster goes, he has a cybernetic body, so he may just be damaged. He could be immobile, incommunicado, and waiting to rescue. Zombie Man's design is cool. It really is. And then Pig God goes, let's hope so. And Zombie Man says, the monsters may defeat us like they did him, so don't let down your guard. Stay sharp. And then Terrible Tornado goes, I doubt they can defeat me. And then Flashy Flash goes, generally they cover 2 to 3 chapters per episode. Yeah, they do. Flashy Flash goes, they'll attack without mercy or hesitation. But if they try to negotiate, we mustn't respond. And Child Emperor goes,
that's right, mercy means death.
And then someone raises their hand and goes, may I ask a question? Oh wait, this is Pretty Prisoner going, may I ask a question? They seduce some guys and monsterize them, right? I want to save those guys. If you see monsters in prison duds, they're mine. One of my old comrades, and then Samurai goes, one of my old comrades became a monster, so I had to slay him. Is there a way to save the monsterized? Hold on. Let me lower this. Is there a way to save the monsterized? And then Pretty Prisoner goes, I intend to try a combo of Angel Hug and Awakening Deep Kiss. Oh, sorry I asked. Carry on. And then Flashy Flash goes, the Monster King Orochi. But the chapter being this long, we can't know for sure. We have no idea. This is the most diverse I have ever seen chapter placements within a volume. Because Jujutsu be having some long, multiple chapters within a single volume. I think the most I've seen is like either 7, 8, or even 9. But One Punch Man is the only manga I've gone across. My goodness, this back cover. This back cover ain't bad. But One Punch Man is the only manga that I know of that can just give you 2 to 3 chapters and then call it a whole volume. But let's keep going. Flashy Flash says, the Monster King Orochi and their strategist Gyoro are almost certainly threat-level dragon. And Zombie Man says, they're strong enough to unite an army of monsters, so I'd rather not fight one alone. And Tornado goes,
exactly, so I'll handle the last boss, while you guys clear the small fry out of my way. Thanks.
My man Murata knew what he was doing when he was drawing that back cover. Oh yeah, this ain't the only one like it. The other one's like that too. He's a man of culture. He is a man of culture. Hey, I wasn't able to laugh like this yesterday.
Exactly, so I'll handle the last boss, while you guys clear the small fry out of my way. Thanks.
And Flashy Flash goes, hey, this isn't your decision.
Oh, so you want to fight the boss? I'm doing this for you weaklings.
Someone shut her up or this meeting is pointless. And Child Emperor is going,
don't quarrel, guys. I hate running class S meetings.
And then Zombie Man lights up a cigarette. And, basically with him being immortal, I guess he can basically do whatever he wants to his body and it won't affect him. That's a really big perk when you think about it. You're immortal, so you don't need to worry about any debilitating effects to your body. That's kind of overpowered when you think about it. But Zombie Man goes, we aren't here to conduct traffic. This is a hostage rescue op with monster eradication as a bonus. Don't forget about that and launch an attack that levels the place, Tornado. And Tornado just glares at him in that childlike drawing from a far distance. You know how Murata draws her when she's far away. She looks like a little kid. And Child Emperor goes,
my survey has yet to reveal the location of the boss. And their hideout is wide and deep.
And then it shows a hologram that shows that the entire Monsters Association hideout is essentially like an Umbrella Corporation building. Like you've seen it in the Resident Evil films where it goes deep underground with interlocking corridors and branches and everything. The Monsters Association is kind of like that if you've seen one of the holograms in those movies.
And their hideout is wide and deep.
And then Black Luster goes, whether against Pipsqueak or a boss, a fight is unavoidable. If you run into a monster, kick its butt. And Flashy Flash goes, if we knew the locations of the boss and hostage, we could manage with fewer numbers. Why do you think we waited for heroes to gather? And then Tornado just glares at Flashy Flash. And Flashy Flash goes, that much is obvious with even a modicum of thought. As overuse of your psychic power stunted more than your physical growth, perhaps mental. That much is obvious with even a modicum of thought. Has overuse of your psychic power stunted more than your physical growth, perhaps mental as well. Wow, Flashy Flash is not scared to literally talk down to Terrible Tornado, even though she could flatten everyone at a moment's notice. And Child Emperor goes,
Stop, that's enough!
and then someone comes up behind. I think this might be Second Gall as he goes, hey. No! It's a My Mask! Yo! And it's a My Mask! Do I have a physical copy? It's a My Mask. And he goes, hey, I noticed no one was in the ready room. I'm on the team, so why meet without me?
A My Mask! We're not excluding you, but we Class S heroes wanted to meet beforehand to exchange information.
Why only Class S? There are other heroes on the team, like me.
Well, other classes are going to be surface backup. I knew he'd complain, so I was going to tell him at the last minute. How can I put this so he won't become offended? Won't be offended.
And then Tornado just comes out and says,
why? Because we all hate you. No, we don't! That's not true! Tornado, don't make this worse!
And then the whole room gets quiet. Tornado will say what everyone is thinking. And a My Mask opens his eyes wide and goes, you want me to be backup? Explain yourself. And then Child Emperor goes,
yes, well, there are two teams. The attack team will infiltrate underground, and the support team will stand by above ground. On My Mask, we need your leadership ability as commander of the support team. Meanwhile, we will penetrate the depths. You can...
And Atomic Samurai goes, meanwhile, we'll penetrate the depths. You can mop up the leftovers. But I will, of course, take my pupils. And then Pit God just comes up and goes, 20 more pizzas, miss. 20 pizzas. Lord Jesus. And then Black Luster goes, overeating before battle isn't wise, Pig God. Stick to protein. And it shows Black Luster holding a big, ginormous thermos that just has protein on the side. Then a My Mask goes, no, you won't be enough. I'm going in too.
I knew he'd say that.
And then Tornado goes,
let's make this clear. Your level is too low for this fight, so you're not on the team.
And then a My Mask goes, Child Emperor, you don't understand. If you want my leadership ability, then place yourselves under my command.
Wait, did you just ignore me?
Goes Tornado. And then...
don't pretend you can't hear me.
And then it cuts to Zombie Man going, Black Luster and Pig God is the best duo. Yeah, they're just chill. They ain't doing nothing to nobody. They're just going about their business. Listen to this. They are the only ones who are basically just copacetic with this entire ordeal right now.
Don't pretend like you can't hear me.
And then Zombie Man goes, you want us to be under you? No more dumb jokes. Your name is enough. If you want glory, you can claim my feats, but listen to Child Emperor. We're going to fight a horde of monsters, so we can't hold each other back. And then it cuts to someone screaming. I don't know if it's Tornado or Child Emperor as they're going,
You shouldn't wear perfume into battle.
And then it cuts to My Mask just glaring at Pig God. Well, glaring at Zombie Man. You know what he heard before, but you like my little kid voice? Well, thank you, Psycho. I'm glad I have range to even do that voice. But My Mask just glares at Zombie Man like, just glaring at him like that. And he goes, Zombie Man, why are you undying? It's creepy. And then Zombie Man is not looking at him, and then he goes, maybe you're actually a monster. And then Zombie Man looks back at him while he's putting up another cigarette and goes, what'd you say? And he glares back at him. And then it cuts to My Mask going, you've got the combat skills for Class S, but the rest of you is a mystery. Can I really view you as an ally? And then it cuts to Black Luster going, hey, stop goading each other. This isn't good. You're both heroes. And then it cuts to Amai going, yeah, supposedly, but... What? If you got gripes, then stay here and sing songs! Someone is screaming that. I don't know who. It's kind of hard to tell when the point of the speech bubble is not pointing towards a certain person. That's what throws me off.
What? If you got gripes, then stay here and sing songs.
You Class S heroes rest on your laurels and put on airs, but your foolishness is unpardonable. You're getting a bad rep around the association. It doesn't look like you're giving your best. A 5-liter cola, miss. Pig God is just in the background. Is just in the background, just asking for more cola. Your video was not loaded and it just refreshed and now you have 50 minutes? That's why you thought I was late. The video didn't refresh for you. Wow, sorry about that. Wow, your video was not loaded and it just refreshed and now I'm 15 minutes in. Yeah, I wasn't late. It's just that the video didn't refresh for you. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Pig God is the best. Dude is not doing anything. He's just eating. 12 more pizzas, miss. All right, we're gonna kill you. No, I'm gonna kill you. You're not fit to be in Class S. What did you say? Are you a monster? What's it to you? More liters, 15, a 5-liter cola, miss. Like the dude is just living his best life eating. I don't want to know what this dude's daily calorie intake is. Jesus. It doesn't look like you're giving your best. A 5-liter cola, miss. You aren't fulfilling the responsibility that comes with strength. And then Tornado comes in saying,
But you're an idol on the side, and that's weird. You're not even that handsome. Handsome Cayman, do you know that?
And then Black Luster goes, calm down. If you anger at my mask, the media will bash us. And then it comes to a mind going, you only became heroes because management ordered it. Otherwise, you're just dangerous freaks who can fight. And Pig God is just ignoring him as the 5-liter cola is basically a tall bucket of soda. It's big enough that it needs handlebars. Otherwise, you're just dangerous freaks who can fight. But I'll use your talents appropriately and more efficiently. So follow my orders. And then a pretty prisoner thinks, he's so forceful. Being his slave might not be so bad. How enticing. And then Flashy Flash is the first one to rebut against the My Mask and goes, then make us obey, if you can. Yo! A My Mask is not intimidated at all by it. Flashy Flash is not at all intimidated by a My Mask. He's all like, you're doing all this talking. Make me obey. Make all of us obey, if you're capable. And then a My Mask is looking at him going, and then he actually gets upset. A My Mask gets upset. And veins start to pop up along his neck. And his eyes start to get majorly veiny as he goes, think I can't? And then Flashy Flash looks like he's prepared to fight a My Mask. And then Atomic Samurai can sense it. As he goes, this is no joke. Stop this, Flash. And then Flash goes, well, it depends on him. If he insists on interfering with the operation. And then Tornado just looks on, and then a big voice cries out, King is here! Oh no, King has arrived. And then King just walks in with the two dudes that found him. They think that the hot pot juices over his body are monster entrails, and they dragged him back to the Hero Association to this meeting. And his heart and the King engine is going, but you know he's just scared out of his mind. And then it comes to a My Mask going, King, you're just in time. I want you under my command. And then everyone is looking surprised, and then Amai goes, why are you so filthy? And you stink. I had just gotten home, so I had to leave before I could change clothes. Dang, this is gonna leave a stain. And then Amai goes, why are you so late? Where have you been? How did you get like that? And then King is thinking, is he questioning me? I never did like this guy. And then King goes, it isn't worth explaining, but I was in City Z and we had Hot Pot and then the dude that brought him in goes, He spent the whole night near the enemy hideout waging full-scale war all alone. They're just assuming that this is what King did because of the hot pot juices. And then the other guy that took him in goes, so that's monster blood on your clothes. That's why all the stains are on the front. The overwhelming enemy numbers has exhausted his strength. We called him right away just as he was making a temporary retreat. Why do these guys always get the wrong idea? And then a My Mask goes, all alone and without rest. And then this causes everyone to just stare at King. Like even Flashy Flash kind of opens his eyes a little bit. And then Atomic Samurai looks at him. And then Tornado says, not bad. Wow, they're actually praising King. They're praising King, and this dude has done nothing. And then Amai goes, decisiveness and fearlessness. I have to hand it to you. Apparently some Class S heroes are all right. Anyway, bickering won't solve anything. In deference to King, I'll back down. And then Amai Mask leaves. And then Flashy Flash just kind of breathes out. But I'm on the attack team. I won't budge on that.
Whoa, he really isn't backing down.
And then it cuts to Child Emperor going,
King, even you can't fight the opponent all alone.
No,
Like you, Drive Knight went for recon in the ghost town, but we lost contact with him. We have no idea of the threat there, so we must all fight together.
And then King goes, sure. And the narration goes, King replied in the affirmative, but his eyes were dead. His body said, yeah, let's go and fight these monsters, but every other part of him just goes, I'm gonna die. And then it cuts to a helicopter flying away out of the, flying towards the Hero Association as people in an elevator go up. And it's Second Gall and Sitch. Each day when I see this sight, I vow to learn from past mistakes. This is a critical moment. And the Second Gall just goes, yes, the support team has 15 members. They will soon depart. Yet, we remain at a distinct disadvantage. Will you go to the scene of the battle? Yes, I'm responsible for seeing this through. I misjudged you. You've got backbone. Before I took you for a mere success hound. You weren't wrong. This is the fight of our time. Winning it will secure my advancement and engrave my name in history. And then Second Gall gets out of the elevator as we see the other heroes who are going to be part of the attack team and the support team. Thank you for coming. My name is Second Gall, and I'm Sitch. Do you understand your mission?
You betcha. Today's event is Class S Hero Support.
Class B, rank 71, Captain Mizuki. And Captain Mizuki. And Captain Mizuki is this one. Hello, nurse. And then Sitch goes, yeah, event. And then Second Gall goes, to be precise, you will block escape routes, eliminate escaping monsters, ensure the hostage's safety, and then Sitch chimes in going, once the Class S heroes rescue the hostage, you will take the boys safely to headquarters. That is your foremost objective. And then we get someone called Feather, Class A, rank 34, going, the hostage is some big shot's kid, but don't worry. Even though we hate the brass, we'll do our job. And then we get to one person that goes, the poor kid, even though he was born into riches. Class A, rank 22, one-shotter. And this dude has like a massive caliber rifle in his hands. We'll save him for sure! Class A, rank 25, Crescent Moon, Thick Brows. Crescent Moon, Thick Brows. My guy, Rockley and Medley would have a lot in common with this person. I can't see what will appear when we disturb the monster's nest, but there are sure to be traps, so this will be dangerous. Class C, rank 133, Gear Spur. And then we have one person in the background going, can I ask something, boss? Yes. We're risking our butts getting close to an unknown opponent. It ain't worth it if you don't promise to rank us up. Class B, rank 60, Needle Star. And this dude has safety pins in his ears in place of earrings. That just sounds painful. Understood, I promise. Whoa! Yay! And then Sitch is going, second goal, can they really do this? And then it cuts to second goal as Mizuki and Gearspur slap, what is his name? I already forgot his name. Needle Star on the back, and he goes, ow, what you do that for? And then second goal goes, don't worry, I believe some of them will someday make Class S. How about it, Sitch? Aren't they a formidable shield for defending humanity? Sure. And then an executive comes up behind Sitch in the elevator and goes, excuse me, Mr. Sitch. What is it? Yes? And then it cuts to Bang and Bomb are back at the Hero Association. Silver Fang is here? And then Fang goes, hello, Sitch. I lost that phone thingamabob. Can you get me a new one? Of course. Right away. Remember, Sitch, Silver Fang isn't on the team, so don't tell him anything. And then it cuts to Fang. Yes, he was told by Second Goal not to include Silver Fang because he thinks that Silver Fang, due to his association with Garo, could be a liability on the team, even though he could actually be an asset. Let's keep going. And Fang goes, have you learned anything about Garo's whereabouts? I suspect he's with the Monster Association. And then Sitch lies and goes, no, nothing has turned up. Oh? Silver Fang, it's great you and King defeated Sentichoro, but why did you let Garo go after you had found him? Did a monster really intervene? And then Bang goes, are you saying I did it on purpose? And then Bomb doesn't say anything. And then Sitch goes, sorry, so much is happening, I'm just confused. I'll have someone bring a transmitter. Please wait here. I have urgent business, so I must leave. And then, as the door closes, Bomb goes, they don't trust you. Maybe they think you didn't finish off Garo because you held back. And then Fang goes, I didn't hold back. Wow. He didn't hold back against Garo. He's saying he didn't hold back against Garo. So what could have looked like him just reprimanding his former student, he was using his full strength against him when he was barbecuing them ribs. Which means that Garo is far stronger than we originally thought. If Silver Fang was using his utmost strength against him, I didn't hold back. And then the door opens and then King sneaks in. Or at least, yeah. Well, actually, no. Yeah, King sneaks in. I think King sneaks in? Yeah, King sneaks in and he goes, whew, no one's following. I'll hide in here for a while. But how will I escape later? And then Bang is right behind King as he goes, what are you doing? And then this causes King to go like, ah! Why are you here, Bang? I had a matter to attend to. Why are you here? They summoned Class S heroes and brought me here. Huh? I didn't hear anything. Oops, Child Emperor said we weren't supposed to tell you. But we shared a hot pot, so you have to tell me. Yo, the one person that lacks the bravery to stand up to someone as strong as Silver Fang and avoid confrontation and got told all this information that Bang is not supposed to know, just shows right up. As soon as Sitch came in, it's all like, yeah, nothing's going on. As we get King, who's I mean, the dude is an exact opposite of his status and namesake. But we shared a hot pot, so you have to tell me. And then it cuts to Child Emperor, because King is sweating bullets right now, as Child Emperor goes, is King still on the toilet? And then Zombie Man goes, his engine was really humming. He must be focusing before the big fight. And then it cuts to Black Luster as he's just saying, then I'll do some squats to warm up. And Black Luster is just doing squats while he's picking up a car. He's just picking up a car and just deadlifting it. Like, I'll do some squats with this car while we wait. And then Pig God is steadily eating more food, just steadily eating. Then it cuts to Bang and King sitting down as he goes, "So you're going to attack the Monster Association hideout? That's what's going on?" Squats with a car as a warm-up? Yes. He's just holding the cars all like, yeah, I'm going to do some squats as a warm-up. And he's just doing squats while he's holding a whole car. "You're going to attack the Monster Association hideout. That's what's going on? But if they're shutting us out, they must not trust Genos and me." And then it cuts to Bomb, who gets a newspaper and puts his glasses on and goes, "They took a child hostage? Those devils." And then Bang goes, "We were searching for Garo, so we missed the news. Does Saitama know the hideout is in the ghost town?" "No, I don't think so." "No, I don't think so. If he did, he'd have gone in all alone. The attack team will enter the ruins of City Z and attack through various routes, and they've also assigned me a location. So I need to ask something. It's against association orders, but... Silverfang, Bomb, will you, Bald Cape, and Demon Cyborg secretly accompany me in my attack?" Yo! This is one way to protect King, because he's not strong like everyone else. But getting all these super strong people like Saitama, especially Saitama, Genos, and everyone else to go with him, yeah, he has an increased chance of survival. And Bang doesn't say anything, and he goes, "Garo is there, right? In order to fulfill my responsibility, I will go with you." Yo, let's go! And then Bomb doesn't say anything. And then King gets up and he goes, "Good. Tomorrow, we'll gather at Saitama's apartment." "All right, I'll arrive early and wait for you." Until tomorrow, then." And then as King is walking outside of Bang and Bomb's room, he goes, "Phew, that sure helps. What a relief." And then it cuts to King coming back. As Child Emperor goes,
Oh, King! Oh, King came back. Did something happen?
"No, nothing at all." And then it cuts to Atomic Samurai thinking, the King engine has stopped. Then he must be ready for battle.
All right, let's roll out. Is everyone ready?
And then it cuts to all of the, yo, we got a double spread panel here as all of the S-rank heroes of My Mask and then the support heroes are in this double spread panel as they're preparing to go to war. Yo, this is such an awesome looking panel. This is art. This is art. This is beautiful. Man, I can't believe it took me so long to get into Where is King in that double spread panel. I don't want to bend my pages too much, but King is nowhere to be seen. Where is King? Where is King? King is nowhere in this double spread panel. Is he hanging back? He's nowhere in this double spread. There's Flashy Flash, Black Luster, Terrible Tornado, Child Emperor, Zombie Man, Second Gall, Tommy Samurai and his students, the support heroes of My Mask. King is nowhere in this double spread. Wow. I'm looking too. I'm looking. King is very distinctive. But he's nowhere in this double spread panel though. I'm trying to look. Maybe he has like a small face that's trying to peek in a corner or something, but I see nothing. Wow, they don't even include him in this display of heroes. And then we cut back to town as Terrible Tornado is walking through it. The association contacted me for the big fight, but then told me to stand down. They even ordered me to stay away. I bet Tornado told them to cut me out. She refuses to accept my ability, and she looks upset that her sister had a part to play in her not being able to take part in this battle. But I want payback against the Monster Association. How could they shame me like that in front of my sister? And she thinks of Super S. you know, the monster lady that took control of pretty much the vast majority of the Blizzard Punch, and also took control of Narinki's forces as well.
The Blizzard Bunch's forte was continuous activity for a gradual increase in points, and those monsters are preventing that.
Oh, so it's not just all the Blizzard Punch. Some of them are still in the hospital at the moment. It cuts to that panel.
But with the new Blizzard Bunch, I will have my revenge.
And then it cuts to Genos walking through City Z, and he's got new arms. He's got new arms, and they're all just like sharp and angular. He went from looking like he had Dragonbone armor to him getting Daedric armor from Elder Scrolls. That's how his armor looks now. It's all massive and spiky, and it's all sharp everywhere. Do not give this man hugs. You will lacerate your entire being. But Genos is walking through here, and he has improvements. Yeah, Genos is looking crazy. We need a One Punch Man game, not a mobile game, not a fighting game, an action RPG. I would love to play as Genos and all these different looks he has. But Genos, with all these clothes on, like his entire armor looks like this, not just his arms, but his entire body in this next page. I bothered Dr. Kusino with a considerable request, but he gave me the upgrade Master Saitama suggested. This upgrade is reckless. Its focus on offense makes it unbalanced. I increased the horsepower without reducing armor, so you must regulate yourself as you fight. If you fight at full power, you'll surpass the machinery's endurance and break. Use it only as a last resort. If you do, then choose the time wisely. 10 seconds is the limit. Your body cannot withstand anymore. You may be a cyborg, but you'll die if your energy core explodes. Understand, Genos? Full power will only last 10 seconds. Don't forget that. Oh, so with all this massive increase in power, he's got a limit to it. And then, as we cut to the city and cut to the apartment of Saitama, Blizzard and Genos walk in directly in front of each other. Like, they come face to face in front of the apartment building as she goes, "Oh." And then Genos goes, "What do you want now? You cannot come visit whenever you like."
Why? Why not? You're always here.
You have no
right to criticize.
My status as master's pupil justifies my presence. Besides, I pay rent for my room.
Rent? But Saitama doesn't own this building. He's basically just a squatter. He's taken advantage of you. Anyway, has the association contacted you? They contacted me, but a big shot's son is hostage, so it's time to act. But maybe they haven't located the hideout? If we knew, Master
Saitama would have already wiped them out. I am home from repairs.
I come too, Saitama. Today, let's finally have a strategy.
And they find that Saitama is not in the building. Remember, he done left already because of the earthquake battle that was happening between Garo and Monster King Orochi. He's already out. They don't know that, though.
Huh? He isn't here. Did he go out?
There's water in this glass. Did he leave in a hurry?
Oh, there's water in this glass. Did he leave in a hurry?
But the sale he was waiting for is in 2 days.
Did he tell you anything?
His hero costume is gone. Maybe something happened. And then someone goes, "Hello, we came for another visit, Saitama." It's Fang and Bomb. Master is not here. He isn't? That's too bad. King and I plan to attack the monster lair. What? You know where it is?
Apparently, it's around here, right under our noses.
And then that thought comes to mind. For both Blizzard and Genos. Do they realize that Saitama may have gone down that way? I feel like the frame rate of the actual stream itself is a little bit low. Let me make sure that's good. I mean, as long as you guys can hear my voice, that's what really matters. But I just wanted to make sure. Because it looks a little bit choppy in the movements. But as long as you guys can hear my voice. Genos, will you go too? Yes, of course. And then it cuts to King, huffing and puffing as he goes up the stairs. And he goes, "Phew, I got away somehow." And then I feel like King was trying to get away from Bomb and Bang so he can just hide and let them do all the work. But he goes he winds up being in the same hallway as Saitama's house, and everyone opens the door to see King directly in front of him, so he did not get away. And then Bomb goes, "Oh, there you are, King. I see you have assembled. But Saitama is out." "He is? But it's almost time for the assault." "What is your call, King? Do we wait for Master's return? Or do we go in without him?" And then King's heart starts beating. The King engine starts going. And then Blizzard goes,
"We wait for Saitama." "Well done, King. Even without my leadership, you made plans behind the scenes."
I think he means he got away from the heroes or escaped from monsters. Yeah, that's pretty much what he means.
"Well done, King. Even without my leadership, you made plans behind the scenes. Saitama's strength is indispensable for such a large fight." "If we're going, then we all go. Every one of us, the new Blizzard Bunch."
And then Genos and everyone kind of ignores her and goes, "Anyway, what should we do?"
"You, don't ignore me!"
"If King is late, the burden will increase on the other heroes. The rest of you should go ahead, and I will wait for Master." And then Bomb goes, "Then we will catch up later." "Then we will catch up later." "That sounds good." "Huh? We're going without Saitama? Seriously?" And then it cuts to Blizzard as she goes, as she's in front of everyone, but Bang goes, "Then let's go. We'll finish this before sundown.
"Follow me, new Blizzard Bunch. Roll out!"
And then it cuts to King just standing there with dead eyes as he's thinking, "I don't like this. Where has Saitama gone?" And it shows Saitama walking through the tunnels, all on his own. Yo, that's the end of Punch 95. That was a bit of a long one. How are they going to split this whole thing up in episodes? That's the end of the first chapter, onwards to the last one, and then the bonus. Punch 96, Waste Ya. And it cuts to a lock. It cuts to a fence being unlocked, and all the rest of the Class S heroes and everyone else is... And yeah, it cuts to the Class S heroes and everyone else, and Child Emperor goes,
"We've arrived."
And then it's just like a desolate... This is the first time anyone's been to City Z, apparently. As I see, it's just basically a wasteland. This place is... And then one hero goes, "Humanity has abandoned it. But today we're gonna take it back," goes Thick Brows. And then Child Emperor goes,
"Huh? Where's King? He was right behind us, but..."
"I saw him running off." Oh wait, this is Gearsburg going, "I saw him running off."
"He casually behaves in the most shocking ways.
Don't mind me. I'm going to take up position early. Make sure you each attack according to schedule."
"That's what he said."
And then it cuts to one-shotter going, "He acts fast, but he is what he is." And then Mazuki goes,
"Too bad."
Ooh, she's got abs. Ooh, she's got abs. There's nothing wrong. Lord Jesus, there is nothing wrong with a muscular woman. There is nothing wrong. She goes,
"Too bad. I was hoping to see his moves up close."
And then Child Emperor goes,
"Why didn't he tell me directly? Because I'm just a kid?"
And then another hero goes, He has his own way of doing things, man." And it's like this dude with sunken eye sockets. Maybe it's just me not having refreshed the thing. It's got this dude with sunken eye sockets and like a flower wreath around his head. I'm double checking the video. Is it just... Yeah, it's still just a little bit choppy. As long as you guys can hear me. Yeah, Mizuki. Yeah, Mizuki muscles crazy. Yeah, it is a beer. But there's one dude with flowers on his head or leaves on his head goes, "He has his own way of doing things." And then Needlestar goes, "Yeah. Even on his own, he'll fight like a boss." And then Zombie Man goes, "Hey, take a look ahead." And they look ahead and they see monsters coming out to greet them. Like monsters coming out of the sewers and out of buildings and around the corner. Like a whole army of monsters is ready to meet the Class S, the attack force of the heroes. And it cuts to Child Emperor going,
"They brought out the welcome wagon."
And then it shows the monsters walking towards them. And then Black Luster goes, "Whoa, There's a bunch of them. And then it cuts to Ian going, Atomic Samurai. I sense them behind us too. And not just behind us. Yo, they surrounded the heroes. And then another one goes, I hear them breathing all around. We're surrounded. Yeah, and it cuts to something like an old rag being thrown onto the floor. Yeah, it cuts to it like a big rag being thrown in front of the monsters. And Child Emperor is all like,
Huh?
and then Tornado, and then he goes,
An old rag?
and then out of the rag comes hands as these fingers, the fingertips of this monster light up, and 3 full subway cars are in the air, and they go flying behind the heroes, and they drop down on top of each other in order to trap them. This was a trap. This was a trap! And this alerts everyone, and monsters just start jumping out of the windows that are closest to the heroes. And this surprises everyone. And then Mizuki goes, Coach Second Goal, get back! Gyoro promised a fair fight, but this is a trap! And then it cuts to, I forget this hero's name, the one with the feather? I think his name is Feather. He goes, doesn't matter. Either way, we'll wipe him out. And then it cuts to Feather putting his hands forward, and then he pulls the chains. Which chapter? This is Punch 96. There's only 2 chapters in Volume 20, and a bonus manga at the end. They should have expected to get jump. Like, they should have expected this to be a trap from the moment Gyoro said, like, this was going to be fair. You can't trust the word of monsters that want to eradicate the Hero Association. Why would you think they'd be honorable? They just kidnapped a kid. And have no qualms about killing people. Why would you think they See, this is the type of mentality that caused the Jedi's downfall. They saw the obvious trouble in front of their eyes, but they thought like, we'll see where this goes. And now we're just left with the entire Jedi being almost eradicated because of that line of thinking. That's the type of thinking that the Heroes Association has. But Feather pulls on chains on his hands, and it causes his blades to come forth. Not like Wolverine, but these are blades linked to chains that come out over his fists. So let's make this the climax. Why is everyone so eager to fight? Goes Gesper. We haven't even entered the hideout yet. And then it cuts to one hero going, uh-oh, nerves are making my stomach contract, but I mustn't lose weight. And this dude just starts eating a bag. He literally has a bag called snacks that he's eating. And then Tornado just stands there in front of everyone as this monster that had the rag over his head with multiple eyes along his arm stands up. And it stands in front of Terrible Tornado. And this dude is big. That wasn't a rag. That's a tattered cloak. This dude is big, and his whole body is shrouded in this cloak, save for his arms. And he goes, how pitiful. I expected the Hero Association to send its full strength, and this is it. Threat level unknown. Jaggin, or joggin. And then it cuts to the monsters going, they ain't nearly enough. And then it cuts to Child Emperor as he goes,
The number of surrounding heat signatures has surpassed 80, 110, 150. It's still rising.
And then Tornado goes,
Enough with the toys, Child Emperor. There's no point in counting them.
And then Putty Prisoner goes, if you boys are worried, stay behind me. And then Joggin goes, indeed, what deserves counting is your sins. And then he just motions forward, and then a giant earthquake happens around all these heroes. And all the heroes are surprised as we see multiple buildings get literally lifted and pulled up out of the ground as it starts to surround all the heroes. Like the whole place just starts to... Joggin lifts up an entire building from its foundation. And then everyone is starting to freak out. Everyone is freaking out. Even Second Goal is saying, is he using psychic powers? And then Tornado just stands there with this... Tornado is not impressed. Tornado's not impressed at all. And then they go like, what's happening? Is he using psychic powers? The Tornado's not impressed. And then Joggin goes,
Unfortunately for you, those eyes belong to monsters you killed. I was weak in paranormal ability, but then Gyoro implanted them within me.
Oh, wait.
Unfortunately for you, these eyes,
Not those eyes.
these eyes belong to monsters you killed. I was weak in paranormal ability, but then Gyoro implanted them within me. Now I use their combined residual hatred to amplify my power. Here, at the moment of their revenge, they wail.
And then it looks like he's about to drop this building on top of them. Man. I gotta get me some tea when I'm done. Hold on. Just a little bit woozy, I'm good. And he tries to drop all these buildings on top of the whole group in the double spread panel that just shows these buildings hurtling towards them. Yeah! We'll never escape! And then Tornado just swipes her hand up. She just swipes her hand up. And then just stops. Then just stops the building from hitting them. She erected a full-fledged telekinetic shield around basically the entire group, and the building just stopped on it. Like you see the building smashing on this barrier, and it's starting to fall apart, and it doesn't even do anything to the barrier itself. And this surprises Joggin. What the? Tornado threw up a barrier! We're saved! Thank you, Tornado! And then before she can say anything, debris starts falling through the barrier, and everyone is screaming as they're trying to avoid the debris that's actually falling. And she just continues to look uninterested as Second Gull goes, huh? Protect us until the end, Tornado! And she doesn't say anything. And then Second Gull goes, Tornado? And then Tornado, in a very simplistic drawing here, goes, why do I have to protect everyone? What? And then Putty Prisoner jumps in front of some guys and goes, take cover! Angel Flip Flop! And Pretty Prisoner uses his combat skills to knock away all the rubble. Knock away all the rubble that's about to fall on some heroes. And then two other ones go, as they're looking, they go, he deflected the rubble. And then Black Luster grabs them and then just throws them away and he goes, get to safety, guys. And then as he says this, a whole building falls on Black Luster. And the building breaks apart. The dude doesn't even budge. You ever seen that video from Fist of the North Star where Kenshiro is walking through that entire city and he's just walking through buildings? Walking through the buildings. That guy with the many eyes on his arm reminds you of that one person from Naruto. You forget his name? You mean Danzo. Danzo had the multiple Sharingans in his arms. But Black Luster has a whole building just fall on his head as he tosses back some of the support heroes, and the building just breaks apart, and he doesn't even respond. The next page has him just dusting off. The rubble that's on him. And then the other heroes are all like, he didn't even break a sweat. And then Mitsuki is all like, phew. And then Second Gull goes, what's wrong, Tornado? How can you say that during battle? And then Tornado goes, if you can't do anything for yourselves, then leave. You're useless. You're all in the way. And this draws like some sort of lit up eyes from a lot of the people, a lot of the heroes that are there. And then it shows a My Mask lifting up a ginormous chunk of a building. Like, I didn't think he was this strong, but he's actually massively strong. He's just lifting up this whole chunk, this piece of rubble above him, with one of his hands in his pockets. And then Black Luster goes, oh, this is unusual. And he just tosses the rubble directly behind them. And Amaya Mask goes, you're here to lend support, not hold us back. Besides, you knew this would happen. Don't tell me you're too scared to move. And then it cuts to Needlestar thinking, isn't he on the support team too? If you guys are heroes, then show us what you've got. And it shows Tornado floating in front of Jagged. And then it cuts to Tornado going, you powered up by combining some small fry, huh? Well, if that was the best you could do, you should give up. And then Joggin is silent, and then he goes,
Your sister is a psychic too, so I have an idea. I will rip her eyes out as well as yours. Fusing with them will be an interesting experiment.
and then Tornado goes,
For a trash bag, you sure talk a lot. Fine, then I'll teach you a lesson.
and then Tornado's whole body just erupts in enough power to send like airwaves going throughout the entire area.
This is what'll happen if you lay a finger on us.
And she just glares at him with one eye, and it shows both Tornado and Joggin floating in midair as they're having their own little personal telekinetic psychic battle. And Joggin goes,
Do not be ridiculous.
and it shows them creating a massive hurricane in the air. Like, Joggin is floating and he's got his own barrier. Tornado is floating and she has her own barrier. And the clouds just envelop both of them, as this massive torrent of energy is just in the air as they're preparing to fight. And then everything is getting pulled up into this maelstrom. And then it cuts to Feather going, Now that's a terrible tornado. And then it cuts to the monsters going,
Did the heroes in back freeze up in fear? They ain't nothing. Savage 'em! Ah!
and then it shows one of these monsters launching towards a hero, but its whole head gets dented in by one of these, another hero. Don't underestimate us. We're more than capable of protecting ourselves. And this clown-looking hero, Class A, Rank 11, Twin Tails, is able to throw out destructive clown party favors like bowling pins and knives and stuff that you would see a clown juggling in a circus. It pretty much killed one of these monsters with like these circus items. And he starts tossing them, or at least she starts tossing them. I can't tell. I might be excessively wrong. I'll just say Twin Tails. Twin Tails starts tossing them at a whole bunch of other monsters. And then Twin Tails goes, I juggle dark artifacts until my opponent's heartbeat stops. However they fall, the result is death. And then we have note, the number 4 is pronounced she in Japanese, which is also a homophone for death. And then it cuts to Twin Tails throwing more items at all these other monsters, and it cuts to another monster with a monster-looking sniper rifle going, take up your street performance in hell, clown. And then, as this maelstrom is going, this one monster, it doesn't get a name, just this one monster goes, while the attention of all the strong ones who can stop bullets and use barriers is elsewhere. Yo, that sniper rifle is sick. It really is a beer. It is. I would love to have a rifle like that in the game. That seems like something that would be in Outriders, or maybe Borderlands, or maybe even as a skin in Destiny. While the attention of the strong one who can stop bullets and use barriers is elsewhere, I'll sit here at a distance and pick them off one by one. And then it shows this monster shooting a bullet, and the bullet is met with another bullet, which goes through this monster's sniper bullet, and then not only goes through the scope of the sniper rifle, but completely blows off the head of this monster. This dude just got wanted it. Like, you know how, in that movie, they curve the bullet, and I have, like, perfect accuracy where they can shoot through scopes and stuff like that. This monster was shooting and literally had his own head blown off by one shotter who's on another building in the distance. Oh, no, he wasn't on a building. He was aiming from the ground level. He knew where this monster was at. Huh? What was that? What were you shooting at? And then it goes to the monster going,
It was that guy! Grah!
Okay, if this kind of stuff is in a One Punch Man game, it would blow up. We need an action RPG of a One Punch Man. Oh, no, I know Wanted. I was just saying he got wanted. He got wanted. I knew it was called wanted, but I said he got wanted-id. But the monsters go,
You idiot, you're a sniper, but you showed your...
and before this monster can jump at one-shotter, that monster's head blows up. 'Cause one-shotter literally turned his sniper rifle around, and shot the monster behind him point blank. Like the sniper rifle is massive. It's like an anti-material rifle. He spun it around underneath his arm and then just point blank shot the monster in the head with one smooth motion. And he does that multiple times to multiple monsters. Did you think I couldn't handle close combat? It is what it is. And it shows a monster trying to hit one-shotter, but one-shotter dodges away and plants a bullet directly in his brain. This dude is fighting at close range with a sniper rifle. And this dude is mad accurate with it. He maxed his perks. Yeah, he maxed out agility. He maxed out close range combat. He maxed out his critical chance. He maxed out his critical damage. He maxed out his kill skills. This dude has maxed out everything because he really is his namesake. Because he's one-shotting all of these monsters, both at long and close range. This dude is fighting as if he has like a regular pistol in his hands. And he's just one-shotting all of these monsters. Whoa! And then it cuts to one-shotter speeding towards Pretty Prisoner and hiding behind him. And then Pretty Prisoner is like confused and he goes, "What's wrong?" And then Shooter is going, "It jammed! A jam at the crucial moment, but it is what it is." And then it shows a monster erupting out of the ground, trying to get to Sniper as he's trying to, unjam his gun. He maxed out his perks, but forgot to put it into reducing his jam chance for his gun reloading. He's upgraded all his perks, but his sniper rifle needs better reload speed. And then he screams out as this monster tries to launch at him, but the monster gets bound up in a whole bunch of vines. No, he didn't put any points into luck. He put it all into agility. But the monster gets bound up in vines. And then both Pretty and One-Shotter are like, huh? And the monster's going,
What the? Vines?
And then it gets pulled underground. And then it gets eviscerated underground as multiple parts of its body gets thrown up through the ground in different spots. And it's the dude with the vines. The dude with like the leaves on his head. He's the one who did it. This dude has chlorokinesis. Interesting. And it shows him jabbing vines into the ground to take down that monster. I guess you control... And then it cuts to Crescent Moon Thickbrows goes, I guess you control plants. Yeah, basically. Class A, rank 24, green. I've grown them in my body since I was a kid, so we share the same nervous system. And it shows these vines grabbing onto more monsters and pulling them. However, I get weak when they absorb nutrients from me, so now's your chance to finish them off. And then it goes to Crescent Moon Thickbrows as he goes in and cuts apart the monsters that are bound by Green's vines. And I'm not stopping! I'm gonna break through! Then we get Class A, rank 29, Narcissistoic. My mask, since you're my rival, check this out. Check out my breathtaking performance! And then it goes to a monster with a massively large chin as he goes, Shut up, pointy chin! And then it shows not narcissistoic, green like Aramaki, to a certain degree. But it cuts to narcissistoic. I don't know why it said narcissistoic, but narcissistoic. And then he just throws the rose he has in his mouth away, and then proceeds to barrage this big-chinned monster with a massive barrage of punches. And he just goes like, and then he grabs one monster by the neck and then knees it in the stomach, and then proceeds to just take a cinder block, a literal cinder block, and just bludgeon this one monster to death. And then before that rose he threw away hits the ground, he catches it, and then gets back up going, soft touch execution! And then it cuts to a My Mask going, I've seen that before. Not bad. He's got star power. That was a breathtaking performance, huh? And then it cuts to Feather, who's in the background just eviscerating monsters with his ability, with his weapons. And he's flipping in the air and he goes, and that's the featherweight midair murder method. And then it has a ninja throwing ninja stars into multiple monsters, and one monster comes and embeds his axe in his body, but it turns into a substitution jutsu, as it shows a log with a smiley face licking its tongue back at the monster, and then the ninja, who was in that double spread panel before behind Tornado, appears right behind this one monster with the axe and cuts his head off. And then as the monster dies, we get Class A, rank 32, Shadow Ring. And then Flashy Flash comes up behind Shadow Ring and goes, nice moves. Where did you learn in the ninja arts? I'm not like you. And then Shadow Ring just runs off. And then Flashy Flash goes, indeed, there were no women where I trained. Oh, so Shadow Ring was a woman. Ah, I see. And Flashy Flash was able to tell. I'm not like you. Indeed, there were no women where I trained. And then it cuts to Child Emperor, who's just standing in the midst of this chaos. Now, mind you, Child Emperor hasn't done anything yet. He's just standing there with Second Gall. With Child Emperor going,
They're exceeding expectations. I guess there's no need to worry.
And then Second Gall goes, that's right. They're Class A heroes. If it weren't for the Class S heroes, they would be on top. The Class B and Class C heroes are also skilled fighters. And it shows one dude as he's fighting monsters, and then he sticks his finger up the nose of one gorilla apish looking monster and then flips his body over. And then he breathes in, and then he fires a blast out of his nose blaster? Like it's like a little mask in front of his nose, like a pig nose, and then it just blasts the enemies forward. These things are getting ridiculous. Clown type getup I can understand. Another dude that just uses his narcissism to give him powers I can kind of understand, but some of these powers and some of these abilities and some of these weapons that some of these people use are just ridiculous. And this is coming from a person that loves a series where the main character is a rubber dude. And that's normal. The top rankers aren't the only ones who excel in combat. Class B, rank 29, Double Hole. And then it cuts to another hero as he's using his lightning speed to just barrage and hit at these monsters with increased speed. And this one monster dodges, but then the hero gets faster and winds up hitting the monster anyway. Class B, rank 50, Jet Nice Guy. Updated. So Jet Nice Guy, I can't remember him. I think he was one of the heroes that was there when the Deep Sea King showed up. But he didn't do anything to make a real difference until Genos and Saitama showed up. I can't remember. It's probably way back. I honestly can't remember. But he's got a new outfit, and he's got new duds, and he's got a new fighting style as he basically bodies this one monster. Then we get Needle Star, who uses his ball and chain, his spike ball and chain, to just crater the heads of some monsters. And then another monster that's wearing like a baseball uniform. Reading these with you, One Punch Man has become your top four favorite anime? Ooh, well, glad to hear it, Abir. Glad I was able to help you enjoy this series even more. I know my voice doesn't sound the best right now, but I'm glad you're still enjoying. But it cuts to a monster that looks like an Oni because he has like a baseball bat, but it's basically a Kanabo. Just think Kaido's Kanabo, but with bands along the arm, so like a baseball bat. It's basically a baseball bat, but it's black and has spikes, so it might as well be a Kanabo. And he goes, "Kuh, what a pitiful weapon. I'm gonna hit a line drive right around the mound. Giant cannon!" And as it looks like Needle Star's spike ball is about to be hit back at him, he pulls the spike ball in a direction with the chain alone. He doesn't pull it back. He just manipulates its movement, and it winds up hitting this one monster with the baseball outfit directly in the face, and then just merely pulling the chain in different directions causes it to ricochet and rebound off of multiple monsters without losing any speed or momentum. And then he pulls it back. He pulls it back towards him, and then still, while it's coming back towards him with a pull of his chain, he makes it change direction as it's coming towards him. Like it's coming, he pulls it, and then it comes sailing back. He pulls on the chain again, and the ball just drops to the ground. And then he puts his foot on it. This thing is part of my body, so you can't guess where it'll go. But it's weak at close range and against surprises, too. But the monsters go, but it's weak at close range and against surprises, too. Like this. As it shows a monster coming up out of the ground and trying to hit Needle Stars. And Needle Stars just picks up the spike ball and just without blinking, without losing any sleep, just sees the monster, picks up a spike ball, and then just crushes the head of the monster that came out. Take this and that, you chumps of missed me. And then it cuts to Mizuki. And she starts stretching. Dude, Murata put a lot of detail into showing all of Mizuki's muscles. Like she has multiple medals around her neck. Like she's in a track and field outfit and she has gold medals around her neck. And she just goes, all right. And then she tosses apparently a whistle to Sekingall. Take this, Coach Sekingall. A whistle? Blow that for me, would you? I'm gonna give it my all. And she has like a baton in her hands. She has like a baton in her hands. And then Sekingall is all like, okay. Captain Mizuki in lane 1. On your mark. And then Sekingall blows a whistle, and then Mizuki takes off full speed. And she's running towards these monsters, and she goes, my first event is... And that baton she has turns into a massive pole, as if she's about to do pole vault. The pole vault! And she jabs into a monster and goes and pole vaults over numerous monsters. And while she's in midair, she goes, and my second event is... And the pole turns into a spear. The javelin throw! And then a shovel handle pops out at one end of the javelin after it's kind of impaled a monster through the skull. And she pulls it. And using the monster that's still attached, as other monsters try to jump at her, she goes, now for my third event. She starts swinging around the monster's body like a hammer toss, like she's doing the hammer throw. And then the monster slips off and she throws it through numerous monsters, injuring a ton of them. And she goes, the hammer throw! And then her baton turns back into, then her entire weapon turns back into like a small baton again. And then some smaller watermelon-looking monsters go, we got her! But the monsters then get, this one panel is probably going to set some people off. She clenches and uses her muscles to crush one and put them in arm bars and leg bars. The other watermelon monster is like stuck between her thighs. And she just clamps down on it. Death by thighs. 'Tis an honorable way to die. But she puts one in an arm lock, and she puts another one in a leg lock, and goes, why, you little... And then it shows other monsters who just run up and they start beating up. They start like trying to curb stomp Mizuki, and she goes, ow, that hurts. And then Black Luster just comes in with one massive wave of his ginormous black man muscles, just goes like, I like your muscle tone. Like, this dude just go like, This super alloy Black Luster is the biscuit Olvia of this story. That's who he is. This is a big black joker. And he goes, I like your muscle tone. Huh? Yeah, thank you, but aside from track and field, all I can do is grapple. And then it shows her still holding one of the watermelon monsters hard enough for it to split apart. Not only in her arms, but between her legs as well. Like, she crushes the watermelon monsters between her arms and thighs, and they just literally blow up.
Aw, yuck, yuck, I squeezed too hard. I'll hustle so you guys can preserve your stamina.
Well, don't overburden your muscles. And then Black Alloy just walks away. And then we go to the guy that was eating a ton of food earlier as he goes, as the monsters are trying to hit him, but he's dodging. This dude is on a little bit on the pudgy side, but he's just dodging all of these attacks. Okay, Murata doing the most. He really is! He is! He is! He really is. I know culture when I see it, and this was culture. Because I'm pretty sure there's tons of guys that wouldn't mind being in those locks. I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't want to be in it because I like my head and body untouched by pain. So, probably won't be me, but I'm pretty sure there's tons of guys that wouldn't mind. But the monsters are going, darn fatso, he's surprisingly nimble. Class C, rank 66, Food Battler Futoshi. Food Battler Futoshi. And then it cuts to another monster who gets wrapped up in rope. And it's like in a... Well, I know what this looks like. It's in a very, very thought out way that this monster is kind of bound up in rope.
Ow, 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 ow! Wait, don't leave us tied up! Someone untie us!
Phew. Class C, rank 3, Monster Roper Shell. And he has ropes all over his body, not just over his clothes, but under his clothes as well, in a very, ropey type of way. You know what way I mean. He looks like the type that doesn't mind being bound up. Let me say that much. And then it cuts to some monsters who are all around Gearspur. No, stay away from me. Oh, I don't feel sharp today. Come on, work for me, Saichan. And then he's rubbing his head together with his helmet, and then some blasts come through, and they completely eviscerate the monsters that are surrounding him. Yes, it worked! And then Gearspur is thinking that he eradicated these monsters, but it was actually the pupils of Atomic Samurai who came in and just sliced all these monsters down the middle. Just realized this whole chapter was just these heroes fighting? Yes, this whole chapter was just straight fighting. Nothing but straight fighting. Ain't it great? But it cuts to Okama Itachi and Bushy Drill going, with her going, what's he so happy about? And then Bushy Drill goes, never mind him. Class A rank 3, Okami Itachi, and Class A rank 4, Bushy Drill. And then it cuts to Second Gall as he starts getting chased by a monster. As he goes, a monster is coming this way, and he starts running, and then some dark-skinned dude comes up and says, step aside. And then he pulls like a pocket knife. He pulls out a pocket knife and then just gives a small cut to the monster as he goes, yeah! And Second Gall goes, you can't kill it with that. The wound is too shallow. That doesn't matter. My knife is poisonous. Even a scratch is fatal. Class C, rank 100, poison. Sniper guy is the coolest though. Dude, that's why I like sniper rifles. You can, especially if you use it at close range and long range, it's like, oh, you think long range is the only thing I can do with this? Nope. And then he's just point blank shooting everyone. The dude is amazing when his gun doesn't jam. That doesn't matter. My knife is poisonous. Class C, rank 300, poison. Even a scratch is fatal. Killing doesn't require flashy moves. As it shows the monster who was cut by poison, his body starts to surge and veins start to pop up over his body, and his body starts to turn different colors, and he starts foaming at the mouth. If you can't fight, why'd you even come? You're just in the way. You big shots are all useless. They introduce guffy heroes and drive them amazing fight and make them cool. They really did. They really did have a moment where they just like, you know what? Let's just show all these heroes fighting. Well, this is actually, we don't even get like the major Class S heroes going full on fighting. They're just aiding some of the other people, but they haven't done full-fledged moves where it's all like, oh, this is the S-Class fighting. This has been a big, massive fighting chapter, but it's really just been the support team that's been doing the majority of these moves and that we're getting introduced to. If you can't fight, why'd you even come? You're just in the way. You big shots are all useless. Well, watch this, says Second Gall as his eye charges up and he goes, big shot beam, and he hits the monster directly in the head. See? I can fight. A little. I even have experience. I took the hero test and failed. You call that experience? The others appear to be all right, as we see these other heroes we were introduced to standing amongst all these monster corpses. And then Mizuki goes,
We beat all our opponents.
and then Atomic Samurai goes, that was easy. And Zombie Man goes, so far anyway. And Flashy Flash goes, it doesn't feel right. And we have Narcistoic going in the background like, it was a splendid victory. And then Flashy Flash goes, our opponents were too weak. And then Child Emperor is standing there wondering and chewing on a lollipop, like he always does, thinking,
The enemy commander must have known these pipsqueaks would lose, but I suspect the goal wasn't just to wear us out.
And then Crescent Moon goes, look alive, more closing in! And it shows more monsters as they walk in single file. And they look far more dangerous than the monsters we've seen all the other heroes fighting up until this point. And then Feather goes, they look a little tougher. And then Needle Star says, then let's rumble. I'll teach them what Needle Star being in the Hero Association means. And then it cuts to the Rhino. Remember the rhinoceros from earlier on when the tournament was going on. The Rhino comes in and goes, out of the way, I'll handle this. And he starts clomping towards the rest of the heroes in a massive panel. Man, this is some good art. The big Rhino comes in. I forget his actual name. Rhino Man, Big Rhino, I forget his name. The Rhino member of the Monster Association comes clomping towards the heroes. And he goes, you heroes walked right into this, and I'm gonna waste ya. Orochi and our leaders won't even have to fight. And then Jet Nice Guy goes, this one's got swagger, be careful. Wow. This one's got swagger. I never thought I'd see that word in this series. This one's got swagger, be careful. And then Needle Stars goes, and then puts his jacket back on, because it's been on his shoulders this whole time. Ever since the Blizzard Bunch drove me out, I've been looking to prove them wrong. And he rushes towards Rhino. And this is my time to rise, so eat this, Violent Star! And then he starts hitting Rhino all over his body, and Rhino knocks his spike ball away with his horn, and this surprises Needle Stars as he goes, what the? And then Rhino charges through Needle Star and knocks him aside. So Needle Star is down. Needle Star! And then Rhino is just huffing and puffing, and he goes, Violent Star, I give it 25 points. And then it shows the spike ball still flying through the air, as it shows Needle Star smiling as Mizuki jumps across everyone, so she does like a high jump. She does like a high jump over everyone's head, and as the spike ball comes towards her, it turns back into a regular ball, and then Mizuki catches it in midair, mind you, and goes, my fourth event is the shot put! And then throws, with all her strength, the Needle Star's steel ball directly into the face of Rhino. And then as the dust settles, it shows that the ball didn't do anything, as it shows Rhino throw it back at her, going, 30 points! And as it shows, as it's increasing its speed, about to hit Mizuki directly in the face, Needle Star redirects it to hit the ground as he launches towards Mizuki, and then proceeds to pull her out of the way before Rhino can literally gore her with his horn. And then Mizuki gets thrown back, and she falls to the ground. You probably should have worn something that covers your butt cheeks just a little bit more, Mizuki. You're gonna get road burn on the hind parts. Don't get road burn on the buttocks. They're sweet buttocks. Don't damage the buttocks. We need them! But, I'm sorry. But Mizuki goes, thanks. Ouch. And then Atomic Samurai is watching on as Needle Star goes, fall back, he's tough as nails. And then through the gap of where Needle Star is standing and where everyone else is standing, one-shotter shoots directly at Rhino. And Rhino, with his speed, deflects every single shot. He deflects every single shot, and all of them go into the resounding buildings. He deflects these sniper shots at the same time, and he knocks them into the buildings off to the side. And Shooter thinks, I tried piercing his horn and head, but he's tougher than expected. And then Needlestar goes, aim for his heart, moron! I gave your shooting 15 points. Day after day, I've trained to be the strongest creature on Earth, and to prove that I'm the strongest, that desire alone keeps my fire burning! As it shows him charging forward, and it shows Jet Nice Guy getting knocked back by Rhino. It shows Shadow Ring trying to hit Rhino, but Rhino just ignores it as he goes, 10 points! A simple sword. And then Shadow Ring goes, a simple sword strike won't cut him. He went that way. Hey, no running. Bring it on so I can score you. Class A, Rank 2, Eian stands directly in front of Rhino and then clashes with Rhino, causing Eian to be pushed back just a little bit, but he's the only one thus far to actually not get knocked aside. And he's getting pushed back, but Rhino goes, 69 points! And then Double Nose goes, Eian, stop this charge! Pile on! And all the rest of the heroes try to use their best moves. Not the Class S heroes, mind you, but all the support heroes start using all of their best moves. Like we have Jet Nice Guy using Ultimate Jet Straight! And then it cuts to Double Nose, who apparently needs to tickle his nose to sneeze in order to sneeze in the direction of Rhino and blast him. And then it cuts to Crescent Moon Thick Brows, Crescent Moon consecutive cuts! And then it cuts to Eian using and then it cuts to Narcistoic using Rose Brass Knuckles! And then it shows Rhino just tanking all of these hits as he spins around and knocks around everyone. Who is Nose Guy? That power's dumb? I don't know. He has a nose blaster he needs to tickle his nose in order for him to sneeze out and shoot. I feel like that is a definite disadvantage, because that basically means that this man will never be able to take part in underwater rescues. Because ain't nobody trying to mess with their nose underwater. That's just asking for trouble. But him having a nose blaster, it is what it is, just like how One-Shotter said it earlier. But Rhino spins around, going 18 points, 12, 9, 20, 2! And he knocks around all the support heroes that tried to hit him. Even Mizuki gets knocked back. He repelled him, goes Food Battler Futoshi. And even Gearsper goes, he's strong! And then Mizuki goes, he's got amazing toughness. And then Needlestar says, that punk. And then Rhino goes, I survived your attacks and leveled ya. Ain't no better feeling. And then, as all of these support heroes are laying on the ground, it shows one of those little drones that are flying in the air that allows Gyoro to see what's going on. And it's just watching. And that is the end of Punch 96. Onwards to the bonus manga, and that's the end of today's reading for today. I probably won't do like a stream tomorrow. I probably won't. Just so I can fully recover and get back to you guys at 100%. So I probably won't have a stream tomorrow. And I already caught up with Jujutsu, so Jujutsus will be happening on Sundays instead of... Hold on. All right, family's getting me lunch. Any update about Super? Have I decided a date yet? Like there's a couple of things I want to do in October leading up to November. Like I got to get through, I want to play through God of War again, and then I got to play through the first Bayonetta and second Bayonetta as Bayonetta 3 comes out, and then we have Sonic Frontiers in November, and then we have God of War Ragnarok the following day. So there's a lot of things happening at the end of October, and and going into November. I will come up with a date. I just like, as it stands right now, I can't really give you like a date because right now my head is like a little bit woozy, so I'm not at the best level to be planning that at the moment. My apologies, Ravi, but I'm not at a spot where I can do that right now to give you a date, but I will be starting Dragon Ball Super before this year is out. I just haven't come up with a date yet because I got some other things that I need to do. But don't worry, I will let you know when I get it started. But that was the end of Punch 96. Onwards to the bonus manga, Weaponry, before we end today's volume. And then it cuts to Jet Nice Guy going, "That weapon looks difficult to handle. Be careful you don't kill an ally." And then Neilstar goes, "I've always fought with this, and I never mess up." And then it cuts to Crescent Moon looking at Mizuki going, "Don't you two need any weapons?" And then Mizuki goes, "I just need this baton." You know what's going on in Super, but you won't say anything? Appreciate it, Psycho.
"I just need this baton. The Hero Association made it special for me."
"Oh, do you fight barehanded?" And then it cuts to the clown, I forget his name. Twin Tails? Yeah, Twin Tails going, "I have over 30 types of concealed weapons called dark artifacts." And then it cuts to Crescent Moon going, "Oh, interesting." And then Feathers in the background going, "Isn't that costume a bit flashy?" And then Twin Tails doesn't say anything as Shadow Ring goes, "I am fully equipped for battle as well." And then Narcisstoic goes, "I don't carry weapons. I fascinate opponents with my beauty." And then it cuts to Gearspur as he goes, "I use my headgear to wield psychic power. I'm nervous. I hope it works today. I should have requisitioned a pistol from the association. I need something to fall back on in a pinch." And then he goes, "Huh? What fits the bag? It's huge!" And he sees the ginormous backpack that's on the back of Pig God. "I've never seen Pig God fight before. He must carry equipment for battle. Oh, he's taking something out. Is it a weapon?" And he opens up the bag, and it's just full of food. He literally takes out an entire baguette and just starts eating the entire baguette. He has like multiple baguettes, giant cans of soda, multiple bananas. I can't eat them because I'm allergic. And a whole watermelon just in there. And I think a bag of chips. Wait, he's eating? He was eating before too. And he's still eating now. And then it cuts to Futoshi as he goes, "I bet eating is a pre-combat ritual for him. That's what I do. I eat a rice ball beforehand." Sin of gluttony. It really is. "Want one, Pig God?" And then Pig God goes, "Thanks." "Does eating," and then Gearspur goes, "Does eating increase your strength?" "Oh, no, I just got hungry." "That's the only reason?" Pig God and God Jr. Seriously. Then it cuts to Flashy Flash going, "Enough chatter. Focus." As, this was happening before they even got to the gate, before Punch 96 happened. And then it goes to Gearspur as he's going, Yes, sorry. Talking eased my nerves a little. Let's go." End. That is the end of Punch. That is the end of Volume 20. Not Punch, but that is the end of Volume 20 of One Punch Man, ladies and gentlemen. Both a fantastic cover and a fantastic back cover. Lord Jesus. Overall, this was a great chapter. 2 chapters, but they were action-packed. Well, actually, the second one was more action-packed than anything else. The first one was just pure exposition and talking. Ooh, that's actually a good give and take. You give us a whole chapter where it's just nothing but talking, and then you give us a whole chapter where it's just nothing but fighting. And then a little bit of a bonus manga at the end. So I thought it was a good mix. Overall, I enjoyed reading through One Punch Man today. I am going to rest because I need it right now. So I'm just going to be chilling today. I'm not going to be doing too much. I'm probably not going to do anything too much tomorrow either. I know Tokyo Game Show starts tomorrow, but I have to see where my head is in order to, do anything tomorrow. So, I'm going to be resting. But that's it for One Punch Man. All I can say at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, and maybe even consider becoming a member because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples. I'm gonna rest up for the rest of the day. God, my nose is stuffy and everything. I'll be fine. Don't worry. Kyushu's fine. But I gotta rest. I'll see you guys next time.